me say this straight, no cushioning it. You don't struggle with hard things because you're weak. You struggle because you've trained your mind to quit the second it gets uncomfortable. And yeah, that should sting a bit, because deep down you already know it. You know exactly what you've been avoiding. The conversation you keep rehearsing but never have. The routine you swear you'll start next week. The boundary you feel in your chest but never say out loud. You feel it every time you choose comfort over courage. Every time you stay quiet when you should speak. Every time you numb out instead of showing up. And here's the brutal part no one tells you. Avoiding hard things doesn't keep you safe. It slowly destroys your confidence. That tight feeling in your chest, that low-level anxiety that never really leaves, that constant overthinking, jealousy, and emotional chaos, that's not who you are. That's the cost of a mind that's never been trained to stand in discomfort. You've been living on emotional autopilot, scrolling instead of moving, overthinking instead of deciding, waiting for motivation like it's going to knock on your door one day and save you. But motivation doesn't come for women who wait. It comes for women who move, especially when they don't want to. Right now your mind is in charge, and your mind hates hard things. Your mind wants easy dopamine, quick relief, temporary comfort. That's why you stay stuck in situations that drain you. That's why you replay the same cycles with different people. That's why you know what to do, but still don't do it. And the scariest part? Every time you avoid something hard, your mind learns a lesson. I can't handle this. Say that to yourself enough times, and you start believing it. You stop trusting yourself. You start doubting every decision. You feel small in your own life, not because life is too hard, but because you've been training your mind to back down. This isn't about hustle. It's not about becoming cold or emotionless. And it's definitely not about punishing yourself. This is about power. The kind of power that comes from knowing, I can do hard things and I don't fall apart. Because once you train your mind to face discomfort, everything changes. You stop panicking when things get messy. You stop chasing validation. You stop needing reassurance every 5 minutes. You become calm under pressure, steady in chaos, unshakable when life tests you, and life will test you. The question is simple and uncomfortable. Are you going to keep choosing the easy path that keeps you stuck? Or are you finally ready to train your mind to do hard things and become the woman who can't be shaken? Because the moment you stop avoiding discomfort is the moment you take your power back. And once you feel that power, you'll never want to go back. It usually starts small, not dramatic, not obvious. You wake up already tired even though you slept. You tell yourself you'll get up in 5 minutes. Then it's 45. Your phone's already in your hand, scrolling without even knowing what you're looking for. Stories, reels, his page, her page, back to his again. You don't even want to check. Your thumb just does it. You see he's active. Your stomach drops. You act like you don't care, but your whole mood shifts. Suddenly everything feels heavier. You think about texting him. You type something casual. Delete it. Type again. Delete again. You tell yourself, if he wanted to, he would. But you still want to be chosen. Still want proof you mattered. Still want to feel less disposable. So instead of doing the thing you promised yourself you'd do, the walk, the workout, the work you care about, you sit there frozen. You're not relaxing. You're not resting. You're avoiding. Later someone asks how you are. You say, I'm fine. Because explaining feels exhausting. Because you don't want to sound needy. Because you're scared they'll see how messy it really feels inside. At night it gets worse. That's when the thoughts get loud. You replay conversations from months ago. You wonder if you said too much, not enough. If you were too intense, too available, too emotional. You promise yourself you'll be chill next time. Detached, unbothered. But deep down you know that's not true. Because when you care hard. And that's what hurts. You lie in bed staring at the ceiling, feeling this weird mix of anger and sadness. Angry at him, angry at yourself. Sad because you know you're capable of more. But you feel stuck. You think about the hard things you've been avoiding. The boundaries you didn't set because you didn't want to seem difficult. The job you hate but stay in because at least it's familiar. The version of you that wakes up early, moves her body, chooses herself and feels so far away it almost feels fake. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be disciplined. Tomorrow you'll stop caring. Tomorrow you'll be stronger. But tomorrow comes, and you do the same things. And what really messes with your head is this. From the outside, you look like you've got it together. You're functioning. You're showing up. You're not falling apart publicly. But inside you feel split. One part of you knows exactly what needs to change. The other part is terrified of the discomfort that change would bring. So you stay in limbo. Not miserable enough to blow your life up. Not brave enough to fully step into it either. And that's the most exhausting place to live. Because every day you don't do the hard thing, You feel this quiet disappointment in yourself. No one else sees it, but you do. And that disappointment? It's heavier than fear. It follows you everywhere. Here's the part that changes everything. And it's gonna feel uncomfortable because it hits close to home. Your problem isn't discipline. It isn't laziness. It isn't that you're too emotional. Your problem is that your mind has been trained to slowly, quietly, to avoid discomfort at all costs. No one taught you this on purpose. It just happened. Every time you felt anxious and grabbed your phone, your brain learned escape. Every time something felt hard and you delayed it, your brain learned avoid. Every time you chased reassurance instead of sitting with uncertainty, your brain learned relief matters more than strength. And your brain loves patterns. It doesn't care if they're good for you, only if they keep you feeling safe right now. That's why doing hard things feels almost painful. Your nervous system treats discomfort like danger. Heart racing, chest tight, thoughts spiraling. Your body isn't saying, this will harm you. It's saying, this is unfamiliar. And unfamiliar feels threatening when you've spent years choosing comfort. Here's where attachment comes in. If you grew up needing to read the room, if love felt unpredictable, if you learned early that being easy kept you connected, then of course you struggle with hard things now. Your nervous system learned that discomfort in a young loss. Loss of approval, loss of love, loss of belonging. So when life asks you to do something hard, set a boundary, walk away, stay consistent, disappoint someone, your body reacts like you're about to be abandoned. That's why it feels so intense. That's also why you overthink, why you explain too much, why you freeze instead of act. Your brain is chasing dopamine to calm that fear, checking messages, checking socials, imagining outcomes, replaying conversations, little hits of relief that keep you stuck. The Stoics understood this in a very simple way. They believed the mind becomes whatever it practices. If you practice comfort, you become fragile. If you practice discomfort, you become calm. Not aggressive, not cold, calm. Marcus Aurelius wasn't sitting around waiting to feel like doing hard things. He acted first, feelings followed. That's the bit modern self-help gets wrong. You don't heal first, then act. You act, and healing happens during the action. Every time you do something hard and survive it, your nervous system rewires a little. It learns. Oh, I didn't die. Oh, I can handle this. Oh, I'm stronger than I thought. That's how confidence is built. Not through affirmations, through evidence. Right now, your mind doesn't trust you because you keep breaking promises to yourself. So it panics, it doubts, it clings, not because you're weak, but because it has no proof you can handle discomfort. And here's the empowering part, babe. The mind doesn't need big wins. It needs repetition, small hard things, done daily, without drama. That's how you go from emotionally reactive to emotionally steady, from chaotic to grounded. This is the part where most people check out, because it's not romantic. But this is also where your life actually changes. 5 steps. Simple, not easy. Step 1, do it before you feel ready. Let's kill this lie right now. I'll start when I feel motivated. That feeling? Rare, unreliable, overhyped. You act first, always. You don't wait to feel confident to go for the walk. You put your shoes on and go. You don't wait to feel calm to send the email. You send it with shaky hands. You don't wait to feel detached to stop texting. You stop texting while your chest is tight. Feeling ready is a reward, not a requirement. Every time you act without waiting for the feeling, your brain gets a new message. We move even when it's uncomfortable. That's power. Step 2, choose one hard thing a day, no more. Not 10, not a full glow-up plan. 1, your nervous system doesn't need overwhelm. It needs proof. 1 uncomfortable action a day, that's it. A walk when you'd rather scroll. Silence when you want to explain yourself. Saying no without a paragraph attached. Finish it. Don't reward yourself. Don't announce it. Just do it and move on. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Step 3, stop negotiating with your excuses. Your brain is very convincing. I'm tired. I had a rough day. I'll do it tomorrow. I deserve a break. Clock it. That voice isn't truth, it's habit. Don't argue with it. Don't shame it. Just say noted and move anyway. You don't need to feel good to act right. You just need to act. Every time you stop negotiating, you take back authority over your own mind. Step 4, train discomfort on purpose. This is the game changer. You don't wait for life to force discomfort on you. You choose it in small doses. Cold shower for 30 seconds. Early alarm once a week. No phone for the first hour. Leaving a message on read. Walking away without closure. Not to punish yourself, to prove something to yourself. That discomfort won't break you. When discomfort becomes familiar, anxiety loses its grip. Your nervous system calms because it knows, she's got this. Step 5. Keep promises to yourself, especially the boring ones. This is where self-respect is built, not in dramatic moments, in quiet follow-through. If you say you'll walk, walk. If you say you'll stop checking, and stop. If you say you'll rest, actually rest. Small promises kept daily create a woman who trusts herself. And when you trust yourself, you stop chasing reassurance. You stop over-explaining. You stop settling. Because you don't need external validation when you know you've got your own back. These steps won't change your life overnight, but do them long enough, and your mind stops running the show. You do. Something quiet but powerful starts happening once you stop avoiding hard things. It's not loud. There's no big announcement. No one claps for you. But inside, everything rearranges. You wake up one day and notice you're not as frantic anymore. Your phone doesn't own you the way it used to. You still care, but it doesn't consume you. You pause before reacting. You breathe before replying. You don't feel that urge to explain every feeling just to be understood. And that's when you realize you're not numb. You're grounded. The chaos fades first. The spiraling thoughts don't disappear overnight, but they lose their authority. They talk, you don't jump. You can sit with discomfort now. The silence, the uncertainty, the awkward moments where old you would have rushed to fix everything. You don't chase anymore. Not people, not clarity, not validation. You let things unfold without forcing them. And here's the wild part. Life starts meeting you differently. People feel you're calm. They stop testing you. They stop pushing your boundaries because you actually enforce them now. You don't threaten to walk away. You can walk away. That's the shift. You move from desperate to steady, from anxious to anchored, from reactive to intentional. You start choosing yourself even when it's uncomfortable, especially then. You don't need constant reassurance because you've built proof. You faced discomfort and survived it, again and again and again. So when something doesn't work out, you don't collapse. You adjust. When someone pulls away, you don't chase. You observe. When life throws something unexpected at you, you don't panic. You respond. This is emotional maturity, but not the boring kind. It's strong. It's quiet. It's intimidating in a good way, because you're no longer controlled by your feelings. You feel them without letting them drive. You still have softness. You still care deeply. But now, there's structure. There's self-trust. There's a solid inner voice that says, I can handle whatever comes. And that changes how you show up everywhere. In dating, you stop performing. In work, you stop procrastinating. In friendships, you stop overgiving. You become selective with your energy. Not cold, not closed, just intentional. You don't need to prove anything anymore. You're not trying to be that girl. You're not chasing a glow-up. You're building something quieter and more dangerous. A mind that doesn't break under pressure. And once you experience that level of inner calm, you never want to go back to chaos. Because chaos is exhausting. Calm is powerful. And this version of you, she doesn't avoid hard things. She handles them. And that's why she's unshakable. Let me leave you with this, and I want you to actually hear it, not just nod along. Your life doesn't change when things get easier. It changes when you get stronger. Most people keep waiting for the fear to go away, for the anxiety to settle, for confidence to magically appear. But that's not how it works. Confidence is built after you do the hard thing and not before. Calm comes after you stop running, not while you're still hiding. Peace shows up after you prove to yourself that discomfort won't kill you. Right now, the hardest thing in your life isn't the breakup, or the loneliness, or the uncertainty. It's the fact that you don't fully trust yourself yet. And that hurts, because deep down, you know you're capable of more. You feel it in those quiet moments. When you're alone. When you imagine a version of you who doesn't panic, doesn't chase, doesn't fold under pressure. That version isn't a fantasy. She's built through small, boring, uncomfortable choices, made daily, without applause. Stoicism was never about being emotionless. It was about being unmovable, about standing so firmly in yourself that life can throw whatever it wants, and you don't lose your center. There's a simple Stoic line that says everything you need to hear right now. The obstacle is the way, not around it, not later, not when you feel ready. The thing you're avoiding, that's the path. The discomfort you keep dodging, that's the training ground. Every hard thing you face rewires your mind to trust you more. Every time you don't run, don't explain, don't numb out, you become harder to shake. And once you taste that strength, you stop romanticizing chaos. You stop mistaking anxiety for passion. You stop confusing intensity with connection. You choose calm. You choose discipline. You choose self-respect. Not because it's trendy, but because it's freeing. So here's my challenge to you, babe. What's the one hard thing you've been avoiding? The walk? The boundary? The silence? The decision you already know the answer to? Do that. Today. Not perfectly. Not confidently. Just honestly. And then come back and tell me in the comments what it was. Say it out loud. Own it. If this hit, really hit, subscribe. Not for motivation. For reminders when your mind tries to drag you back into comfort. You don't need fixing. You need training. And once you train your mind to do hard things, nothing in this world can control you again.